time for presumably the last thing in the game. And also something I have no idea about whether or not it's going to be interesting to stream. Well, honestly, to stream probably not, but I want to do it, and I'm not gonna do it off stream after all this. So, let's see what this is all about. How do I get there? Right, it's Kina's diary. The beginning. Alright, let's get started. For the record, I do have a list of talking points, but all my writing for this is very much unprofessional, since I don't have to worry about the consistency of what I'm presenting anymore. You're basically about to get a bunch of me speaking as myself. To start, thanks for playing. You already saw everything the game had to offer by reaching this far, and there aren't any layers of secrets deeper than this. Yeah, things can come to an end. What a shocker, am I right? After 116 hours, yeah. Though honestly, it's kind of weird. It does not feel like 116 hours. It really, really doesn't, but that's what it says. And it's more than that because I definitely paused and thought about some stuff off stream, off the time. Off time? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Game's long. Game's a lot. Well, there are probably questions you'd like answered. The first thing I have lined up is a preamble about how this game came to be in the first place. Back in 2013 or so, I got into fan games of I Wanna Be the Guy. Oh god, we're starting at the very beginning. Specifically fan games. As in, people have been using that game's engine to create their own experience for over like 15 years now. When did I start? I think 2016 is when I got into fan games. 15 or 16, something around there. $15 years now. 2007 or 9? I forget. I think 2007 is when I Wanna Be the Guy came out. Far too lazy to check. I assume the 15 years is not referencing 2013, but 2024 is not right either. What is that referencing? I mean, if it's referencing 2024, well, I guess maybe when this game initially released as a demo, which I don't know when that happened. As I don't know, I kind of missed that happening. Like, I definitely know about... I definitely didn't miss the whole Key Pick 100. That definitely happened. And I remember that. Not vaguely at this point, but I never heard about this game much until World Scroll did. And then it looked interesting. And that's how I started playing this. Shoutouts to World Scrolling this, by the way. probably wouldn't have found this game otherwise. And man, am I glad that I found it. Or at least much later. I probably would have encountered it at some point at least. I don't know if I would have gotten interested in playing it if I didn't see Wolsk play it a little bit though. Because I definitely wasn't as interested in Keypick 100 when it came out. Anyway. I won't regale you with stories of my time, but being there got me into two other things specifically. Puzzles and game development itself. I started out game development by getting GameMaker 8.1, downloading an I Wanna Be the Guy engine, and making bizarre and sometimes awful fan games in that. As the years passed, I got a knack for how everything worked and could actually sort of program things, which were more complicated than the usual fan games of the time. Then, by pure chance, I saw a friend in the community play a game called Jelly No Puzzle, which was basically my entry point into legit puzzle games. It's a wonderful experience, so I recommend you try it. Jelly No Puzzle. I feel like I've heard of that game, and I'm gonna write that down. I'm interested in at least looking at what that game is. So I developed my skills in programming and design for a few years, and then saw a cool looking new fan game called I Wanna Keypick 100. You can download and try that too. As I've said, not too much interest. I don't know. Maybe I should try it, but probably not. I probably won't. You probably already know, but that basically directly inspired this game. The thought that started it all was probably, I want to see if I can make my own puzzle with those mechanics. Then I decompiled that game, copy-pasted the sprites and sounds, and redid the code to be much more flexible. I assume that was GM 8.1 still. Just FYI, in the original Keypick, every single variant of key, door, and counter was basically its own object. Oh, with its own hard-coded properties and handmade sprites. For my intents and purposes, that was unconscionable. So I changed the code to interpret a set of parameters and automatically handle the hard parts. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that tracks for the game. That's how it's made. The draw code was quite a nightmare. Lots of sprites, colors to keep track of. Why is there a comma and not an and? Lots of sprites, colors. That reads weird. Anyway. To keep track of and draw them with. Lots of sprites, colors to keep track of. Lots of sprites, colors to keep track of and draw them with. And properly place and scale with the door size. Not to mention the nightmares introduced by Glitchkey's doors. I'll leave it at that though. I have trouble parsing that sentence, but I get what it's trying to say. I think the first ways Lockpick deviated from Keypick arose very naturally from the mere existence of that generalized code and checking for clear absences in Keypick's mechanics. One of the biggest observations was that Keypick never had negative master keys. I did have to brainstorm on my own what they would even do, but once I came up with the way that they work now, that was the moment I was locked into developing the game for real. On the reread, pun not intended, genuinely. I am going to have to reread that. Wait, what pun? Why is my sister calling me? Hold on. I'll be right back. Never mind, I can't escape. Pause this.